Tonight on the 31 Nights of Halloween Horror, there are a lot of reasons to keep a beast locked away in secret. However, I didn't think one of those was used to breed with girls to create the Antichrist. Tonight's movie, The First Omen.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of 31 Nights of Halloween Horror, 31 Nights of... My apologies everyone, my apologies. Anyways, tonight, coming off of last night's The Inferno, I thought, you know what, it's time to review another movie that came out this year. What the hell is going on with me? Holy cow! I've somehow watched a bunch of movies that came out this year somehow. It's kind of like what happens. Anyways, so what movie did I watch? Well, obviously you read the title, right? Anyways, so the movie is The First Omen. Yes, The First Omen. So what is The First Omen all about? Well, it is about a young woman who is being sent to Rome to finish her training and finally take her vows to become a nun in the Catholic Church. And the place in Rome that she's at is a convent where they take care of orphaned girls. And her, being raised in an orphanage herself, really feels a connection with the children, especially this one child who is kind of an outcast, and it looks like maybe she's being abused by the nuns, and so she takes a special interest in her, and soon she starts to get embroiled in some sort of conspiracy. You see, she's contacted by this ex-priest who says that there is a group within the Catholic Church who, because of the declining influence of the church, this group decided that they should try to birth the Antichrist, because that would lead to people trusting the church again. It's not my idea, you know, bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it works. Anyways, so of course she thinks that this child is going to be chosen to become the vessel for the demon spawn Antichrist that is going to be birthed by some beast thing that's being held in the undercity of Rome. So, will she be able to save the child and herself from this sinister group bent on creating the Antichrist? Well, you'll have to watch the movie to find out. So let's get to those scores, shall we? Violence and gore, I am going to give this a 5 out of 5. There are some pretty bloody, nasty things going on. People hanging themselves, setting themselves on fire. People getting cut, C-sections, things coming out of things. Babies being torn from their womb. Among other things. So 5 out of 5. Bloody good time. That's the one thing that I do kind of enjoy about modern movies, is that they don't shy away from blood and gore as much as, like, let's say, like 90s and some early 2000s films try to do. You know, some movies try to hit that PG-13 rating, and I like horror movies that lean heavily into that R rating, and this one does. So 5 out of 5. Shock value, I'm giving this a 4 out of 5. There's some good jump scares in this movie, but also the content of this movie is kind of shocking. I probably would have given it a 5 out of 5 if they would have gone full-blown Michel Sauvi's, I think Michelle or whatever, Sauvi's The Church. If they would have went full blown, had a scene like that, which instead of like kind of had like a sort of half-assed, as bold as movies nowadays are with the violence, they are definitely not as bold with the sex and some of the other very sketchy, lascivious situations. You know, like I said, like in the Alien Romulus review, it's like you had the chance to do something fucking crazy bold, and you kind of blew it. And this did something kind of fucking crazy bold, but it still felt like it pulled its punches a little bit with a bit of that. So, yeah. But still, man, this is 4 out of 5. Come on, let's go. Moving on to plot. I am giving this a 3 out of 5. It is kind of derivative, and once again, you have scenes that are like, you know, this is one of those like reboot prequel type things, and like borrowing things from the original movie. You know, well, yes, it's a homage. It's a homage, but still, it's like, you know, come on, do some new things too. And they did do some new things, but it's just like when it does that, it's just kind of like, okay, I find it a little cheap. Maybe I'm being a little bit more sensitive to this now, and I should be a little more accepting of it. But whatever, I'm knocking points off. Whatever. Otherwise, you know, this story is pretty interesting. Has a little twisting going on towards the end. So, you know, I find it interesting and entertaining. 3 out of 5. Moving on to acting, I am going to give this a 4 out of 5. I think the acting, for the most part, is done wonderfully. The actress who plays the lead role is very convincing. The actress who plays the child definitely has that creepy, hurt, maybe even somewhat sinister feel to her. And I think overall, the nuns, I mean, you just wear the habit and look old and mean. You already, like, getting into my psyche at that point. So, yeah, kudos to everyone involved. And also, like, the ex-priest, I think, did a really good job. So, 4 out of 5. Moving on to Nudity, and see, you did something fucking fucked up, but I'm giving it a 0.25 because of that. And there's this thing. I'm not going to say what it is, but you also had the opportunity for the bestial conception scene to be a lot more jaw-dropping and holy shit. And you dropped the ball, so fuck you guys. 0.25. Anyways, I'm going to move on from that scene. Those who know. So, anyways. So, moving on to enjoyment factor. I am going to give this a 3 out of 5. While it was entertaining and definitely had a great atmosphere and some jump scares and lots of violence, the disappointment for recycling things from the First Omen film, as well as the disappointment for not going as far as they could have, and they could have done that. They could have. You know, you had enough balls to do the one thing. You certainly could have had the balls to do the other thing. And that pisses me off. So, you know what? Deduction points. 3 out of 5. Still enjoyable movie. Still fun. And my overall impression of this film is a 3.5 out of 5. It could have been... it could have been so much greater. But still, definitely a good film. It's definitely worth watching and picking up. And it's sad they didn't make a 4K of this, but whatever. Anyways, it makes me want to watch the other Omen movies again, just to, like, you know, relive that stuff. So maybe I'll pick one up for the remainder of this. Nah, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Tell me what you think. Maybe you want me to do the original Omen? I can do that. But you better reply, like, super soon, because, like, we are fast moving through this 31 Nights of Halloween Horror as we approach the halfway point. Oh my goodness. Anyway, so 3.5 out of 5 overall impression, and that averages out to a 3.3 out of 5, feasting on those bonus points for violence and shock. And oh my goodness, think once again, you have an Alien Romulus situation where if they would have done that thing They would add a 5 out of 5 in the shock value and probably have a better nudity score, and that freaking average score would have just... I mean, I'm waiting. I am waiting for a movie that's just 5s all across the board. I'm just waiting for that movie. Oh my goodness. That would be the greatest film of all time. I'll have to make that film. And of course, I will think it's the greatest, and people will probably think, oh man, that movie's shit. Whatever. I can dream, can't I? Anyway, so there you have it, The First Omen. Tell me what you think in the comment section below. And as always, thank you for watching another episode of the 31 Nights of Halloween Horror. Wow, this one ran by really fast, but then again, it's like, you know, it's hard to discuss certain things because it's very spoilerish, and you know, I don't want to get into that like sort of situation. So, and plus, I mean, I think some people enjoy them not being like 20-minute long fests of me just ranting and raving about certain things. I don't know. Maybe you like that. Maybe you do. I don't know. Leave a comment. Comment in the comment section below. Rate, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, all that stuff. Excelsior. Tell me. Really, come on. What do you think? Should I be shorter? Should I be more pithy about it? Or should I like deep dive and talk about all the little intricacies? I don't know. Anyways, so thank you again for watching another episode of the 31 Nights of Halloween Horror. And remember to stay scary, internet. And oh man. Oh, people, look both ways when you cross the road, man. Always look both ways. Always pay attention to the street. Just, you know, it's, you don't want to end up becoming half the man you used to be. I'm half the man I used to be, 'cause I got hit by a vehicle. I'm half the man I used to be. I'm pinned up against the wall and I'm dead. Which is actually kind of weird. How is he pinned up against the wall? Like the other half. I mean, he would have just like flopped over. You know, flopped over and rolled, or like, you know, like what's holding him to the wall? I mean, there's just a little bit left of his like upper spinal area, because whatever. Or is it the hood? He's just sitting like his on top of the, whatever. Look both ways, kids. Look both ways. The more you know. Ah!